Next on Worcester News Tonight, Pokemon app paranoia, why law enforcement is warning people about the game. Plus, a traffic stop instructional video goes viral. A look at the message it is trying to send to drivers. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Madison. As the Pokemon Go app's popularity grows, so have the number of warnings about playing it. From using the app while driving to concerns about identity theft, several police agencies are urging caution and safety. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Whether you are trying to catch a Pikachu or a Pidgey, players of Pokemon Go are being warned to be careful.
Probably shouldn't be flicking Pokeballs as you drive.
While places in Worcester like Elm Park have attracted players over the past few days to hunt for Pokemon, police departments around the country are warning players to be vigilant and to not wander on private property. Northbridge police have received calls of people walking in the middle of the road.
You always got to keep a lookout.
AJ Allen is an AT&T store manager. He says players need to shut off their phones while behind the wheel.
Texting and driving is dangerous. Pokemon and going is it's crazy.
Players we spoke to say the game requires a lot of battery power and common sense.
Just kind of like you can't just stare at your phone. You kind of have to be aware of where you are outside.
Battery goes quick. I actually have to take my charger to work now.
Allen says this is a very data-intensive app and says to use wireless chargers.
You can bring them while you're on the go using Pokemon Go.
The best advice is to be aware of what's around you. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
In the wake of the killing of a black man in Minnesota during a traffic stop, a country music star is receiving some criticism over a video he posted on how people should behave during a traffic stop. Our Brittany Schaefer spoke to the Worcester NAACP branch, a local police department, and an attorney to get their perspective.
It's dividing the country. There's no question about it.
Following recent tragedies in Dallas and Minnesota, a video about a traffic stop goes viral. Country singer Cafe Anderson posted a video advising people how to approach a traffic stop safely.
I find it troublesome that there is a set of guidelines for a certain population and that the onus is on the person that's being stopped to make it a safe environment for the police when the police are there to keep us safe.
The best thing I would say is what I like that they say is just to have your hands on the steering wheel and just keep them in plain view.
During a traffic stop, Lieutenant Michael Shaw says to stay calm and to save any dispute for court.
Whether or not you agree or disagree with the officer stopping you and getting the citation, there's an avenue to dispute that in the court.
Attorney Michael Ehrlich has argued racial profiling in several cases involving traffic stops.
I was still able to argue a stop that I didn't believe was based on probable cause. You know, there's a lot of avenues to attack. The race avenue is still a pretty tough avenue to win in court.
Although the shooting happened outside of New England, law enforcement and some members of the black community admit there is tension.
Speaking to my officers here, you know, they're being extra vigilant, and they're nervous, and they're generally nervous, you know, because you don't know when you leave here what's going to happen, and that's kind of a scary feeling.
Personally, I've been stopped with speeding, and when I said I didn't know I was going that fast, his response was, "Are you calling me a liar?" Which caught me off guard.
In one of Anderson's videos, he states both groups have suffered tremendous losses and feel unsafe. Therefore, now is a great time to come together.
We have to recognize that as a nation that there is a problem with law enforcement and community policing, that we have a lot of work. They have a lot of work to do.
Both sides have actually kind of come together. And like I said, I think we're starting to see more of that, and I think this is a time where hopefully some good will come out of all this bad.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
President Barack Obama spoke at an interfaith service in Dallas today as the city mourns the loss of 5 police officers killed in an ambush attack. 5 seats at the front of the hall were left empty as a tribute to the police officers killed last week. President Obama was joined by Vice President Biden and former President George W. Bush. The president spoke about the impact of mass shootings and the effect they have on the surrounding communities.
Another community torn apart, more hearts broken, more questions about what caused and what might prevent another such tragedy.
The alleged gunman started shooting officers during a peaceful protest last week. A Worcester man facing several charges after police say he beat a man with a metal object during a home invasion last night. Officers say Lance Capocia entered a 60-year-old man's home on Catherine Street, but the victim was able to fight him off and force him out of the home before he could steal anything. The victim suffered blunt force trauma to the head, according to the police. Capocia was taken into custody a short time later. Police say the suspect and the victim know each other and it wasn't a random attack. An elderly man is recovering from serious injuries sustained in a tractor accident in Templeton. The Telegram reports emergency personnel responded to Dolbler Hill Road Monday around 2:30 in the afternoon. They found the 85-year-old man lying on the ground. Firefighters believe he had fallen off his tractor. He was flown to a Worcester hospital where he is listed in stable condition. Starting next year, smoking will no longer be allowed in nursing homes in Worcester. According to the Telegram, the Board of Health voted unanimously last night to add healthcare facilities to the list of smoking ban locations. The board is also considering eliminating smoking at outdoor patios at restaurants and bars. A vote on such a ban will take place in September. Well, it's the start of a perfect exhibit at the Worcester Art Museum. I couldn't resist, and it begins tomorrow. The Cats in Residence program is in collaboration between the Worcester Animal Rescue League and a contemporary art installment by Rhonda Lieberman. It allows rescue cats to become one with art. People who visit the exhibit are encouraged to bond with the felines and may even take one home.
This is really about creating an environment that's attuned to the cats, and it really celebrates the rescue cats because they're underdogs and I think they're as fabulous as any feline, and I just wanted to honor them and create this gorgeous celebration of them.
The Cats in Residence program is part of the museum's summer-themed cat exhibition, MEOW. It can be seen from Wednesday until September 4th during regular museum hours. Well, this time tomorrow night, the best FCBL players will be in Worcester for the AllStar Game. Tonight, some of the Bravehearts and their fans were at Hooters in Shrewsbury to watch the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. The team also held a drawing for tickets to tomorrow night's game. The team and the Bravehearts staff say they're looking forward to the big game.
Creedence deserves this, the Worcester deserves this, the baseball fans of Worcester certainly deserve it. So hopefully it'll be a great night. I'm really looking forward to it.
9 Bravehearts players were named to the All-Star roster. You can catch the game tomorrow night right here on Charter TV.